You want me to tell you something, man? I grew up going to a lot of wakes early on.
Yeah.
Like when you watch The Sopranos, they go to a wake every other week. In Jersey, you're in a wake every other week. I've been there 3 years, and I already could have gone to like 18 wakes. I've been to maybe 2 or 3 of them. But in 3 years, wakes are big. But you look at the whole process of a wake. I would never let my daughter go to a wake now until she's 18, just because the effects it did to me. I don't remember my father's wake, but I remember my friends' wakes from grammar school, and I remember my mother's wakes. And those 3 wakes fucked me up to the point where somebody else died when I was like a junior or a senior in high school, and I didn't go to that wake. Like I was like, I've had enough of wakes. I don't think it's healthy. I don't know. For me, it wasn't. I got exposed to it at a young age, and it wasn't healthy, man. It fucked with me for a long time. I watched The Exorcist. It didn't fuck with me as much as those caskets fucked with me. So when my buddy had the funeral parlor years later, I volunteered for the job because I didn't want to have that creepiness between us, and that eliminated. I saw how he responded to it. It was like an everyday thing. It was like you lifting kettlebells, him picking up a dead body, putting him down. You know, I saw how you
get numb.
You're numb to that.
Yeah.
That's the, but it's so weird how it's like the number one career to get into, and nobody will get into. Think about it. It pays off the bat. Like off the bat, if you go to school for embalming school, whatever they call it, it's like a funeral director, the whole thing, they cover everything. It's like a year if you don't go to college. A year to make $100,000 something. Think about it. That's not bad.
Yeah, if you're willing to work with dead people.
If you're willing to work with dead people. My friend's funeral parlor had a fireman that did the embalming. So he would just come in and do the embalming. $400 a body, whatever. I don't know what's done during the embalming. It's very sacred. I know they break the spine, they drain the blood, they fill you with formaldehyde and shit. But that whole process, and then you go back and look at like the Aztecs and how they did. The Chinese, they put you on a boat and they float you away. They celebrate this.
I think the Vikings did it right.
The Vikings
light
did it
that
right.
motherfucker on fire.
Light them on fire. Everybody had their own thing, which is very interesting. The Aztecs, this, that, everybody had their own way of dealing with it.
Yeah.
So we were on the right path. I just don't think of going in there and sitting with a dead body for 3 hours and looking at him is healthy. And then I heard stories from Cuba where they had no embalming fluids, and you would have to bury, your body would die, and you would have to wake at your home.
Oh.
Like in the 40s, 20s, they had wakes at people's homes.
Yeah.
Without the embalming fluid. And at one point, the fucking hand would pop up. And you'd have to break the arm to put the casket down, because once that rigor mortis sets in that arm, that's fucking straight strength. You're not just going to bend that arm in and do an arm bar or a Kimura. It's not going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
So they have to break the arm to put the arm down. So when I was a kid, my mother would always go, if you hit your mother, your arm pops up in your fucking casket. So I decided I'm not going to hit my mom. Fuck that. I'm going to walk into fucking hell with your arm up like Hitler. You hit your mother. Fuck you.
You're the first person to tell me about the scams of the whole mortuary industry, about how much money they get you for. Like, no matter, even if you want to get an embalming, or even if you want to get someone cremated, you still have to get them embalmed. You still have to fill them up with formaldehyde. And you were explaining the caskets, how they like guilt you into getting a nicer casket.
Oh yeah. What do you want? You want to be buried in 4 pieces of wood, or you want the Cadillac of caskets?
How weird is that?
I got one with a sunroof. It's they got everything now.
But how weird is it that people give a fuck what the box looks like that they bury you in? So strange. The things that people do to show that they cared when someone was alive. Buy a fancy box to put them in. Like, if that's me, save your money.
Me too.
Yeah.
I remember I had that joke, just bury me in the yard. My friend,
that's how you're
his
supposed
uncle
to
died,
die.
And they wanted $15,000, and I'm like, you got a yard that's huge.
Yeah.
That was an old joke. I'm like, you got a hard $15,000.
Not only that, then the person gets cycled back into life. You become a part of the earth again. Because, like, what we're doing is very unnatural. We stop the body from decaying, so you stop bacteria from eating it. You stop the soil from being enriched by it. It's all a natural part of the cycle of life of all living things, and we've removed ourselves from it.